Welcome, Connor, to the Better Blokes Project podcast today. We'll start off, as we always do, with your one percenter and what it is.
I'd probably say mine is to just keep turning up. So whether it's mainly for me at the moment, what I've been using it for is just work, because I sling pies on the side of the road and the weather hasn't been real flash of late, and you get some shit days, good days, but yeah, like, you know, the rain's coming, you just got to keep turning up. And so I've been sort of saying that to myself for the last couple of weeks with the rougher weather, but you can use it, I guess, in anything really. Try and say to turn up to the gym doesn't always happen, but I try.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nice, easy one.
Yeah, good. And again, we're not hanging out the side of gyms and like tapping people on the shoulder.
Poaching
yeah,
blokes.
It just seems to be that everyone goes to the gym.
Yeah.
Mate, that's a little in-house joke that we've sort of had, considering pretty much everyone on season 2 has talked about the benefits of exercise and particularly going to the gym. So I don't know if it's a fad at the moment. It seems to not be. But anyway, it is really good for your mental health. I digress. So if you are getting something out of these episodes and you'd like to continue seeing them, please do like and subscribe on all the social media platforms. And it does really help us if you do subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us grow. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. Or if you'd like to be on the podcast, get in touch. Mate, tell us a little bit about you. Who are you? Where are you from? Dad stats. What do you do for a crust? Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
Not too crusty, it's got to be just right.
Yeah. So Connor White. I am from Townsville. Just moved down here in November, and I sell pies. Got a pie trailer. What else? Yeah, I've got a little daughter, another one on the way. So 5 weeks till we got the other bub coming. So pretty excited. And bit about me. Butcher by trade. Been in family business for my whole life, really, since, I could wash dishes. And then we decided that since we had Pip, that I was sort of working too much in our family shop and didn't want to go down the same sort of route that mum and dad had, never get to see them, all that sort of stuff. So said it was time to break away and, sell pies for a living. So come down here and, try my best and see what happens. It's all working out so far.
Yeah, wicked. It's awesome. With your 1%er just turned up, does that sort of stick with your relationship side as well and the kids and stuff? Like, is that when you have a problem, just keep battling at it? Or
I guess so. You've got nowhere to run, so I'd say you can use it in anything. But I haven't really had to say, this is a real shit day, got to turn up, like with Shan. I probably have, actually.
Is she going to listen?
We're right. But you do just have to keep going, keep on keeping on, I guess.
Yeah.
Consistent application of effort, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Just that grind. I mean, not that you want to call it a grind because that's got a pretty negative connotation, but yeah.
Where did it come to? Where did that whole sort of idea of just sort of keeping on, or where did that start?
I don't know, man. Like, it's our only income, so I've just, I don't know, just got to keep going because there's nothing else we can do. So
too true. Talk to me a little bit about the stress then, I guess, of we were just having that sort of chat here a little while ago. The stress and the understanding, like, about to be a new dad again. And knowing that you are a sole sort of provider for the family. How does that hit home for you?
Yeah, it makes me sweat a little bit. The last week has definitely been, I don't know, playing on my mind a bit, getting a bit real, and just making I'm almost getting teary, but it's pretty heavy, man, to think like we're gonna get like Senate link. I'll have Shan's having a cesarean, so I'll have bit like the parental pay come through, which should be good. But yeah, like the thought of having another kid, and my daughter Pip not being like the smallest baby anymore, that's sort of like playing on me a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. It just.
There's a thing we spoke about though, being like the man being the provider in the family sort of thing, and how it does influence a lot over what your emotions are around it, because you do want to provide, but at the same time, being there and being a good dad is providing more than what, you know, an extra $50, $100 a week is going to bring in too. So
definitely,
you know, you've still got to pay the bills, but
yeah, you want to be there. Like that was one thing I've always said I wanted to change about, you know, my childhood, and I imagine that's pretty much what all us dads do try and implement, is, you know, give them more than what you got, sort of thing. But Dad just was always working, and you know, he was up at 3. You'd never see him get home late. We'd have dinner together, which was always good. That's always been a big part, and so we do the same thing. But yeah, it was sort of hard not seeing him like all the time, really. And then so yeah, just definitely want to be around a lot more. And so that's why I'm building. It's good having this business because I can build it around the family, not the family around it, sort of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Talk to us a little bit more about the business. Like, obviously, you say you're slinging pies,
Yeah,
but
and I
give
wasn't
yourself
sure if I
a
could may I plug?
give yourself a subtle plug. Like,
do it.
So it's Empire Eats,
Yep.
and yeah, they're just gourmet pies. Best you'll ever eat.
How'd you get into gourmet pie? Like,
Yeah, so
in Tassie,
how the fuck, how'd you get from being a butcher
in Townsville.
in Townsville to making pies from a van
yeah, so
on the highway in Tasmania?
when I was doing my apprenticeship for the butchery, you had to do like a value-added product, and I actually had some. So we had a corner store back home, and it's like the exact same sort of business model as the Hill Street Grocery, and so we had, you know, groceries and all that sort of stuff, and we had some mushy peas in a tin that were actually like about to go out of date. And I was like, oh, I'll just make a pie and use these so I don't waste them. And that's how it started. Made a few pies and everyone loved them. And then, they just kept asking for more, kept making more flavors. And then entered some competitions and won a few awards. And then, yeah, that's pretty well how it's been. It's been 10 years now since I've been making them, and they've just always gone really well. And we came down here and, you know, loved the weather. Saw that all the bakeries just go nuts down here, and I was like, oh, it's about time we give them some good pies. And so, yeah.
It sounds like Yax isn't a fan of the mushy, so.
You're not
we've been
a fan?
talking about it this week because I've been at the AMC. Everyone talks about, like, you know, going into Sydney or something. They go to Harry's and get the
Pea pie
Yeah.
flavour.
it's
Yeah.
no good.
Did you try it though? Or?
No.
I wouldn't say it'll change your life, but they're nice. Like, they're nice enough. People do love, like, they go stupid for them. I don't see the big deal about them, but people do love them.
Yeah. It's a pretty bold move to come into, you know, something down here where you do see a few of the, and not to scare you, but you do see a few of the pop-up, you know, trailers, and then they disappear.
Yeah, yeah, and I can see why
later,
they disappear. Like, man, it's tough.
It's a tough.
Yeah, and there is a lot of competition out there. I'm lucky; it's a very niche model that I have, and I'm actually the only mobile pie guy in Tassie now, I've found out, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, you can definitely, like, the overheads, there's plenty of overheads that people don't sort of know about.
Yeah.
That sort of do sneak up on you, especially if you do have some shit weeks, like, sort of makes you sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was a bit, I don't know, hung over my head a bit, poor economic times at the moment. Everyone says winter is a pretty rough time too down here, where, you know, they sort of do stay inside and don't come out, even for Tassie's best pies. I don't know, but I've definitely have seen it last couple of weeks with the weather just not playing to my side. Some quieter days, but have had plenty of good ones, more good ones than bad, which is good.
Have you done a summer yet?
No, Nah. So keen as I've got a lot of stuff booked, and more events just keep popping up. So the name's getting out there now, which is good, and got plenty of regular customers that keep coming back. Seen old Reese out there a couple of times. Yeah.
They are a good pie.
Yeah.
They're really, really good. We'll try and bounce around a little bit, and we'll just go into sort of your life and any struggles, I suppose, and other things that you've done to get by in those moments. Like you said, you sort of a few battles this week and things on your mind and stuff. So what, other than going to the gym?
Yes.
What things?
Well, I don't get to the gym that much. So,
but yeah, what are things you look for, and what tools have you got that you use? Because
well, I always have sort of spent, like, even butchering and stuff like that, a lot of time by myself. So I spend a lot of time in my head and have had, plenty of shit go on. But I don't know. I try and, because you obviously have like heavy, like I lost my brother to suicide, and so that was pretty heavy. And my dad as well, not to suicide, but lost him. And so, I've had some tough times, and well, especially being a dad now, I realized how much, how happy that makes me. And so, try and think of Pip and Shan. They obviously always keep me happy.
I don't, personally myself, I don't have a tool that I go to if I'm in a shit spot, like, if you know what I mean? Like, I know we've spoken about, like, losing parents and stuff, and that's shit, but I don't have a tool either.
Yeah. Like, I guess you just keep turning up.
Yeah, in a way you do. Like,
yeah, man.
Sometimes you talk about it, or like you'll talk about it after the fact. You'll be like, I had a really shit day the other day. I was down.
Yeah.
But,
that's normal.
And then you don't really reach out that well in the moment to go and, I never pick up my phone. I'm like, I'm having a shit time right now. I'm just like, I'll start kicking shit around and getting the grumps on a little bit. But, I'm the same. Like, it's here for to learn.
Like, I guess I'm pretty open when it comes to all that sort of stuff, since seeing like how bad my brother was, and he didn't talk, and he was in a really bad place. And so I guess after seeing, he lived with us for I think like 3 or 4 months, and after seeing how bad he was, or how down he was, I obviously don't want to be like that. Not that I've ever, I guess you can sort of spiral down into that sort of bad place if you don't talk. But I've got a pretty good, network of friends and, my family and everything. We're all pretty open about all that sort of stuff. So we talk quite a bit, if anything's ever on our mind. So, and I think that's what it's about. Like, you do just have to get it off your chest, man, not harbour it up,
Yeah, it's just hard in that exact moment to be able to go and bring it up and be like, I'm battling right now. Like, find an outside activity or go for a walk or something just to try and clear your head or but it is a tough one.
Yeah. I know, like, some people use music and stuff like that, but that normally, like, escalates my feelings.
You've got to be able to play music, and I can't play music.
Yeah. How do you go coming down to, a new state, fair way away from Townsville? Like, how's your support network? Because it's all on the phone now.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Like,
I know Mum's been down a couple of times, which has been good. Like, I talked to, like, got a few little group chats going on. We talk sort of every day. To be honest, not much has really changed in that regard. I play some games as well, so that's sort of my little getaway with the boys, bit of socialising and stuff like that on the games.
Like computer games?
Right. Yeah, so that's just a good way for me and the boys to sort of catch up, and, we always talk shit and might talk.
Because that's obviously a hard thing, because, like, you've not only the geographical move that you're making, but also leaving behind a lot of friends, I would imagine, from Townsville. And,
definitely.
And coming back to a new place. You partners from
Shan's from down here.
From here, so
so
obviously you got some family support there.
Yeah, and I've got my dad was from down here.
Oh, cool.
As well, but they're all sort of all over the place, like down in Bothwell and Longford and stuff like that. But yeah, we moved down since we had Pip. Shannon wanted to come back and be close to family and everything. And yeah, I was real keen to, sort of, like I said, get out of even though it was hard, get out of the family business and, step away from that and, open myself up a little bit more. But yeah, we've got enough support, and like I said, man, I'm pretty chill. They're always there on the phone. That's how we all pretty much catch up these days, anyways. Like,
FaceTime or on the phone, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
So like, I was always working a ton back home, so I never got to see my mates. So I talk to them more now than ever.
Yeah, good. So like, to go back to the pie thing, I'm pretty interested in that kind of stuff, and I don't mind, like, not just interested in pies and the food, but like I like hearing stories of people being, dare I say the word, like entrepreneurial.
Doing their
it's
own
like
thing.
a fucking wanky word, but like doing your own thing and doing something for you. It's come up quite a lot in the podcast where a lot of people have taken that sort of leap of faith. How have you sort of found that for yourself? Obviously, might be a little bit different, like moving from a family business to working for yourself, but how have you found that process, and how have you managed the stresses of it all?
Well, I do love it. It's good to be able to do what you do love all the time. Like, I loved what we did back home, but we had 25 staff. It was really shit hours from 5 till 7. A lot of that was on me too. So, I was working 7 days a week. So it's nice to be able to step back a bit, cut the hours right back. The leap of faith was it was a big outlay. And so, all our savings going into that a lot of it going into that. And like I said, with all the times and stuff like that. So like economy wise. So yeah, I really did put all my eggs in one basket. So it sort of has to work. And so again, why I have to keep turning up. But yeah, it's it's doing its thing, and the brand is building. So
it's good, man. And what's plans for? I would, again, not a business human, so I don't know, but I dare say, and I can probably assume that summertime, and as you sort of already mentioned, is probably going to be a bit more happening.
Yeah.
How are you envisioning that you're going to manage having a super new baby and trying to grow your brand amongst that?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tricky. Yeah, we sort of haven't gone over that part yet. Like I said, I'm booking in heaps of events, but I sort of haven't factored in the new baby into that. So, we will just have to take it as it comes. I've obviously got to stick to my word with what I book in, unless shit really goes wrong. But yeah, to be honest, I have not factored in the new baby at all when it comes to the business. Just besides having those first 3 weeks off, I guess with summer, it is mainly events. So I have said that I was going to do maybe just a couple of days on the side of the road rather than working 5 days, and just do, or even 1 day on the side of the road and then maybe 2 events is sort of what I'm planning. Obviously depends on what comes up, but yeah, that's as far as that.
That's good, man.
That's good.
The events would be good because that'd be a date that you've got to work towards, whereas just turning up every day, it's
Yeah, exactly. And so, I can prepare stock. I probably will have to buy a couple more freezers is what I'm thinking, just to have a few on hand ready to go. And so I can prep, for a week or 2 and just for those big events. But yeah, it should work out. I think it'll be a bit more flexible than what I actually have right now, to be honest. Because, you got to go where the people are. There's a lot more people. So won't be grinding as much on the side of the road, and would do what I'd probably do in a week, in 1 day. That's sort of what these events, like the markets and stuff I do, are almost like a weekly, what I would do on the side.
Yeah, good. You have plenty of time for some sweet memes too.
Yeah. When it's quiet, the memes come out. So,
Good growth strategy for the Facebook.
It does work.
And social media stuff.
Yeah.
I do just want to quickly touch on one more we did speak about earlier. We did some poor research, but like you and Shannon married now.
Yep, married.
So you were together for a long time.
I think it was 3 years before we got married.
Yeah, and she was military.
Yep.
And how did you go there, being the non-military partner, I suppose?
Well, she was only in for maybe 2 years while we were together. But it was all right. Like, so she moved up to Townsville with that. She was away for a bit 'cause she was doing like her corporal training and stuff like that. And then, then she got out. She wasn't really enjoying it. Certainly, I can see why. It's a pretty manly
environment.
And dominated, I guess I should say. Yeah, so there's a lot of men, and she just wasn't built for it, I guess. So, but she says she enjoys it now. She just wasn't really enjoying it at the time. So.
By enjoying it, was she still in it up until recently, or
till 3? I think she's been out 3 years now.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. But she was in there for 4. She did a little stint, and she said she enjoyed it for the most part, but sort of
because it's a tough gig, and I mean, I had my stint in there, and I know that not what I put Yaz through, but what she had to deal with. Like, I was away so much, and it was just demanding for her
relationship wise, it didn't really do any harm or anything like that. She was there for pretty well the whole time. I think she just had 2 maybe 4 week stints away, but at that time we weren't living together or anything, so it all sort of worked out.
Cruising.
Oh,
it's good. It's been a good chat. It's been a bit of an eye opener on bits, and the keep turning up message is strong. I do I'm so much on your page with the not having anything in that toolbox, and that's why we're doing what we're doing, for people to get stuff out of. You said you're an avid listener of what we're doing, and that's really good. So hopefully, as we progress and we do more, that people will, get little bits out of it, and we'll be able to everyone have slightly better moments in the shit moments. So
definitely. Hopefully, there just isn't many shit moments is all, I guess.
Yeah. You were calling it a smorgasbord, weren't you, mate?
Smorgasbord, buffet, whatever you want to call it.
Pie van.
Yeah, exactly. Hey. The basic premise is take what you want, leave what you don't. Not every 1%er is going to suit everyone. Person, but that's not the point. The point is literally there might be one thing that someone gets out of this. It might make them just that, as we say, that 1% better every day. That's pretty much it. Unless there's anything else, mate, I just want to thank you for being on. I know we have sort of touched on or alluded to some pretty sensitive stuff throughout the chat. So if anyone that's listening or watching at home is triggered by anything that we've sort of mentioned, please contact Lifeline 13 11 14 or chat to a mate. We're big avid supporters of just talking to anyone. I think it's a really powerful thing to do, even if you just go talk shit.
Yeah, man.
Have a yarn.
Yeah,
have a yarn.
That's definitely what it's about. And it's crazy how far that can go to just a simple yarn. So, would definitely recommend talking to a mate if you are in the
100%. Thanks, man.
Very good.
If you've got something out of this episode, please do like, subscribe, and share any content across the social media stuff. Really helps us if you subscribe to us on the YouTube channel, helps us grow. Any suggestions, comment below. And if you want to be on the podcast or you know someone that would be good, get in touch. All right, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Connor. Cheers.
Thanks, Connor. Cheers, mate.